My breakouts just really wanted to get up close and personal and say hello first thing. What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing an easy everyday makeup look, and I'm going to be telling you the story of how I got into makeup and became a freelance makeup artist. So this video is actually my first makeup and more series that I'm trying out. I asked you guys on Instagram the other day if you guys would like to see makeup combined with some life experiences, some life stories, some life lessons, yada yada yada, and you guys went nuts over that. So you guys were really excited about that idea, and I was excited that you were excited. So this is going to be the first video where we're going to try things out. But I'm going to do it to try and keep this video a little bit shorter and stay on track with my story that I'm telling. I'm going to be showing you each product right up here in the corner of the screen, and I'm going to label it with a number, and so that number you'll be able to find in the description box below so that you can see what product it is. And what I'm going to try and do is just have you guys watch what I'm doing versus me like telling you what I'm doing, because you can see how I'm applying it, right? So just kind of pay attention to how I'm applying it, what I'm using, if I'm using a brush or I'm using a beauty blender. So if you have questions about the products that I'm using, be sure to check the description box and match it up with the number that's attached to the photo, okay? We're gonna try that and just see how it goes. Okay, so something I get asked a lot is, Aneesa, how did you get started in the makeup industry? What made you want to become a makeup artist? Those kinds of things. The whole story, the whole journey began when I was 19 years old. I was a sophomore in college, and one day I decided that I needed to update my makeup. I was like out of whatever I was using, and at this time, okay, I bought all of my makeup at Target. I had never even gone into an Ulta. I don't even know, I mean, I'm sure Ulta was a thing, but I had never stepped foot in an Ulta or Sephora like ever. So I was in the aisle at Target, and I was kind of standing there, and I remember thinking like, there are so many things here that I have just I've never tried. So I was kind of like, oh, I wonder what it would be like if I just tried some new stuff. And that's basically how the story began. So everything I needed more of that I had to replenish, I just decided I'm gonna try a new brand, I'm gonna try a new type, a new formula, whatever, and just give it a go. And I ended up going home and trying all of my new stuff that I bought, and I had so much fun experimenting with how to use new things. At that point, I also did not know that makeup tutorials on YouTube were a thing. Sorry, this is like my little mirror. I can see the little light. Okay, now it's obviously not gonna show, but like it's kind of bouncing. Anyway, it's just my mirror. So yeah, I didn't know that makeup tutorials on YouTube were a thing. I had no idea. So one night I decided I'm just gonna like see what this is about. And once I started watching videos, I was like, oh, like that, oh, people do this for a living. Like this is an actual thing people are really into. No, I had no clue. I grew up very much a girly girl. Makeup though was never something I was super into. So I started watching YouTube videos and became very much obsessed. I started venturing into learning how to make these videos. And so here and there I would make really short videos. I never would post them anywhere. I just was kind of doing it to get the experience. I wanted to just like get used to the keys so that if I wanted to later down the road do longer videos, I wanted to make makeup tutorials, I could kind of know how to do it. And it was around the same time I started working and doing makeup on my friends and my family. Whoever I could basically get my hands on, I was like, let me do your makeup, even though I have like no clue what I'm doing. I was so terrible, so bad when I started doing makeup. I mean, pretty much everyone is pretty terrible at everything they, you know, try to do the first time. But I was very bad. My friends and family were so nice. Like anyone I asked pretty much would let me do their makeup. And it was at that point just getting used to working on somebody else besides myself, because I kind of knew, I was like, okay, like I understand how to do this on me, but I thought, well, if I wanted to make this like a bigger picture kind of idea, I want to eventually work on other people, like I might as well start now. So as soon as I had enough product to kind of work on multiple people other than just myself, this is where I learned like, oh wow, I'm gonna need a lot of makeup items. After I got the hang of working on my friends and family and doing someone else's makeup other than myself, I started making YouTube videos. I thought, okay, now I'm just gonna go full force and dive right into it, because why not? And after I started doing YouTube for a little while and posting that content on that channel, I started posting to Instagram, and that Instagram is where things really took off for my like little side business. Instagram was an amazing, amazing tool. It still is. It's still primarily where I get all of my like clients from, all of my work, where people find me, yada yada, because it's just a great platform to share pictures, and like when you're a makeup artist, that's what people want to see, you know? So it was maybe 6 months into me discovering makeup, because I didn't know this world existed. Working on clients, getting business, posting to Instagram, just like having people find me to do makeup for stuff like that, where I went to my parents and I told them, I was like, I'm done with school. Like, I want to drop out of college because this is not like, I want to go to beauty school. And as soon as that just like makeup switch clicked in my brain, I was like, no, this is it. Like, this is what I'm gonna do. And of course I had a lot of questions because I was just uneducated on the topic of being a makeup artist. Like, I didn't know, does that position make a lot of money? Like, obviously it's not all about money, but like you have to think about those things. And I thought, like, I don't know a whole lot about this, but I do know like this is what I want to do. And I went to my parents and I was like, I'm done with school. Like, I want to drop out. And they were like, LOL. I'm teasing, but they actually were, you know, they heard me and they were like, okay, this is very just new. And I am also one of those people where I get very excited about things very fast, and I'm just like, okay, I'm all in, like, let's do it, where I sometimes don't think it all the way through, you know what I'm saying? So they told me, they were like, we hear you, we get what you're saying, we love that you found a new thing that you're really into, but like, let's give it a little while before you just like make all these huge life decisions, like dropping out of college. From there, I kind of went on to finding different job boards online as to how I could get more makeup experience, how I could find clients, how I could just get my hands on more people, more faces, get some jobs, book some gigs, stuff like that. Basically anything I could do to get more experience, to understand more about the industry that I thought, like, this is what I'm gonna do forever, like, this is it, this is my calling, you know, that's truly how I felt. So I thought, okay, well, if I'm not gonna drop out of college, like, I need to figure out a different way to learn how to do this stuff, a different way to get educated, because I thought, like, oh, I have to go to beauty school, like that's the only way I can, you know, be in this career. And then it kind of dawned on me where I was like, oh, well, I mean, I learned a lot of stuff on YouTube. Why don't I just keep watching YouTube and see how much I can learn from there? And here I am 5 years later. I've never gone to school, and you know, I'm doing just fine. And so towards the end of that year, I made the decision where I wanted to go and work in retail cosmetics, where retail is a whole nother ballgame, okay? So I went to work for Sephora at the end of 2015. I believe it was September that I began. I'm also a weirdo with dates. Like, I remember dates like so well. It's very, very strange. Anyway, that was just a fun fact. So I started working at Sephora in September of that year, and then I was there for a couple months, primarily for like their seasonal, you know, like everything seasonal is like really busy. I really liked Sephora, but it was also very, very retail based, and I was like, no, retail's cool and all, but I'm not like wanting to revolve my life around loss prevention and like how to get people to not take things out of the store. You know what I mean? Like, it was just not really what I wanted to do. After that, I decided to go to MAC. Also, a side note really quick here, that foundation, super lightweight, very nice coverage. If that's what you want, it's very buildable. Okay, let's move on. So I thought, okay, I'll give MAC a try. Had a great time, loved it, but it was kind of the same sort of situation where it was just very retail focused, and I was like, I want something like that's more fun than this, you know? After that, I just decided, you know, freelancing is more my jam, so I'm gonna stick with just doing that. And that's what I've been doing for the past like 3-4 years now, consistently. I primarily specialize in wedding makeup, bridal makeup, bridesmaids, moms, flower girls, whatever. I want to get to a point eventually where I am able to do more. And what I want to do for that is I do want to become an esthetician. Like, that is my ultimate goal. That is like something I've been working towards for like 5 years now. From when I was 19, I was like, yo, mom and dad, like, I'm out, peace out, college. I've stuck with the, I really want to do beauty school, I really want to do this, and I have tried actually multiple times to go to school, but because I'm a freelance makeup artist, again, specializing in bridal makeup, am very busy on Saturdays typically. So if you guys are familiar with beauty school at all, most of the programs are a Tuesday through Saturday, which obviously creates a scheduling conflict because I have to be in school on Saturdays, but I also have weddings on Saturdays. So I graduated college in December of 2017. And when I graduated, I went through the whole like, let's do beauty school. And again, found myself I had a scheduling conflict and couldn't do it. So I decided to start just looking for work, and that is how I landed my position in San Francisco. I went to work in the city. I was there for 2.5 years, and what I did there was I was hired on as, which is just, it's so crazy how life works. It's just so insane sometimes. I was hired on as an on-camera makeup host. So I was doing exactly what I'm doing right now, just less talking because, you know. So I happened to stumble upon that job. I looked at it and I was like, and I found it online and I was like, what the heck? Like, this is fake. I thought for sure, I was like, this is spam. Like, this is not a real job. Like, I'm gonna apply for this job and someone's gonna hunt me down and kill me. Like, that's really what I thought was gonna happen. Because it was just like, it was just too good to be true, you know? I thought, no way that this is like, a company is hiring somebody to sit on camera and do makeup. I mean, if you think about it, like, who do you know that would hire to do that, right? Okay. And so I went on to do that and I loved it. It was such a great job. I got to climb the ladder there as far as like seniority and like what I was doing. I eventually became a video producer for them, which meant that I was still doing on-camera work, but I was also learning hiring. I was learning like recruitment. I was learning all that kind of fun stuff, to where I got to build a team. So I had a team of makeup artists who would come into our studio, film videos, yada yada. But the cool thing is, with that position, why it meant so much to me is I built that position. I was the very first one in it. I built it to become this whole huge brand, which was so fun, so exhausting, and so much I learned from that position. And it being my first full-time position out of college, I learned so much, and I'm just like, I will be forever grateful to that job for teaching me all that like I know now. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll know that due to COVID-19, unfortunately, my entire company was laid off. They had to lay off all their employees. So I am no longer in that position working for that company. But again, I took so much from that. It was such a great first full-time job and gave me a huge outlook on like what I could potentially do and the things, and really gave me an inside look on like what am I really, really passionate about and what can I see myself doing for a long period of time. As we come to the end of my makeup look, we also come to the end of the story. That is how I became a makeup artist. That's how I got started in the beauty industry. I'm so sorry about this mirror. That is so annoying. So yeah, the next thing on my to-do list as far as my whole beauty industry story goes is I do want to go to esthetician school. Hopefully that is gonna happen for me very soon. I hope that you guys liked this style of video. Make sure to tell me your thoughts in the comments below. I really like your feedback, means so much to me, and if this is gonna be something that I continue, I wanna know what you guys liked and didn't like. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!